In a lab, an egg yolk is injected with a mysterious green fluid. An identical copy comes out of the first yolk. Meanwhile, on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, legendary celebrity Elisabeth finally gets her star. Fans gather around the star to show their love, but as time passes, people stop paying attention to it. Now that she's middle-aged, it's harder for Elisabeth to get job offers. One day she discovers the women's bathroom is out of order, so she uses the men's. The network's president, Harvey, comes in to relieve himself. He keeps complaining about Elisabeth's age and how his show needs someone fresh and young. After he leaves, Elisabeth comes out and stares at herself in the mirror. At lunch, Harvey fires Elisabeth because he's only brave and private. Elisabeth is distracted by seeing her billboard being taken down, and her car is hit, causing a serious crash. Later at the hospital, the doctor tells her she doesn't have a single scratch, so she can go home. When he notices the date on the profile, he wishes her a happy birthday and starts examining her spine. He concludes she's the perfect candidate before giving her jacket so she can finally go. Elisabeth discovers the nurse left a little package in her jacket pocket. She unwraps it to find a flash drive, the substance, plus a telephone number. Changed my life. At that moment, she's approached by Fred, who used to go to school with her, and gives her his number. At home, Elisabeth watches the contents of the flash drive, the substance. It provides the user switching between the young and old bodies every 7 days. Thinking it's a scam, Elisabeth throws the flash drive in the trash. She goes to a bar and gets drunk alone. She quickly returns home and throws up, because at her age, drinking doesn't come as easily. She throws a snow globe at a framed poster of her younger self. She retrieves the flash drive and calls the number. A mysterious voice asks for her address. She is upset to find an ad for a casting call in the newspaper saying they want the next Elisabeth. Elisabeth checks her mail and finds a black envelope containing just a card, 503. Then she goes to the address they gave her, which is located in a shady alley. She uses the card to open the door, which only goes up halfway. Eventually, she reaches a room with deposit boxes. She opens the one with her number and finds a cardboard box. And finally opens the box. There's an activator, a stabilizer, a switch, and special food. She must activate only once. Stabilize every day, every 7 days without exception. She's won. After taking a look at her body in the bathroom, injects herself with the green liquid, until suddenly Elisabeth feels great pain and collapses on the floor. Her body writhes for a while as her pupils duplicate and moving bulges appear on her back. Suddenly, a giant slit opens her body and an entire human being. When taking a closer look, she can see the original green eyes. After throwing up some of the green liquid, the new body closes up the slit in the old body and injects it. The new Elisabeth hears a screeching noise and notices her nose is bleeding, which reminds her she must stabilize every day. She takes spine fluid from the old body and injects it into the new one, which immediately stops the bleeding and gets rid of the noise. Afterward, the new body buys some nice clothes and goes to the audition, introducing herself as Sue. Harvey is very impressed by her and immediately hires her, but Sue will only accept under one condition. During the following week, and soon, there's a new billboard with her face. She makes sure to stabilize every day, although she never moves Elisabeth's body from the bathroom floor. At the end of the week, to connect both bodies and a blood exchange in Sue's. Sue soon passes out and Elisabeth is active again. And Harvey gives her a box with her things, barely saying goodbye. And another black envelope arrives when the refill kit is ready for pickup, which means another visit to the shady alley. When Sue returns the next week, she looks for a hollow wall in the bathroom and starts breaking it down, intending to build a hideout for the other body. She spends several hours working, and a neighbor comes to the apartment to complain about the noise. However, he instantly calms down when he sees Sue. Once the secret room is ready, Sue hides Elisabeth and her big poster inside. Now Sue can start her new life for real. She hosts her show on TV, and everyone adores her, Thanks to her amazing body, she goes partying with other young people and even brings a guy home to do the naughty, and her nose bleeds, announcing her time is up. She runs to bathroom and opens the secret room to find Elisabeth's body writhing as it finishes the last food bag. Desperate to go back to the guy, Sue breaks the rules instead of changing body and extracts more fluid from Elisabeth to inject in her body. She returns to her guest and they have a naughty night together. When the zipper on Sue's clothes is opened, a bunch of organs and blood come out of her body. However, this is just a dream. Elisabeth wakes up in the morning to discover the mess Sue left in the apartment and a note from the man, which says he'll come back later for his bike. Elisabeth is horrified to discover part of her hand looks very old. She runs to wash it off, but nothing happens. Then Elisabeth calls the number from the flash drive, but the mysterious voice tells her there's no fixing this. Afterward, Elisabeth cleans the apartment while watching TV and gets to see Sue on the show. Irritates her, and she ends up turning it off. Elisabeth goes to the alley for her refill box and hears a noise that suspiciously sounds like the word Sue. She immediately runs away with her box. Elisabeth ends up entering a diner and keeps her bad hand hidden in a glove. Suddenly, an old man says that 7 days feel like a long time, and Elisabeth notices he has the same birthmark on his arm as the nurse who gave her the flash driver. He winks at her and accidentally drops his wallet, which contains a card with the number 207. This confirms the nurse was this man's young body created by the substance. He starts sharing his experience. Elisabeth runs away in fear.